The lights went down. The crowd roared. Royal Rumble 2026 was supposed to be Bron Breakker's night. The Vision had it all planned out. Logan Paul himself pitched the idea on Raw just days before. Everyone would work together to get Breakker the win. The road to WrestleMania Vegas was supposed to start right here, right now, in Riyadh. But someone had other plans. Someone in a black hoodie. Someone with a stomp that echoed through the arena like a gunshot. And just like that, in less than 10 seconds, the big bad booty nephew's dreams were shattered. The question burning through the WWE Universe right now isn't who won the Rumble. We know Roman Reigns punched his ticket to WrestleMania. The real question, the one that has every wrestling fan losing sleep, is simple yet explosive. Who the hell attacked Bron Breakker? Before we dive deep into this rabbit hole of betrayal, deception, and pure chaos, if you're not subscribed to WrestleCore yet, what are you waiting for? We're the only channel that gives you the real breakdown, the insider perspective, and the theories that actually make sense. Hit that subscribe button because we're about to crack this case wide open, and you don't want to miss what comes next. Let's rewind the tape. Royal Rumble 2026. The countdown hits 0. Obafemi, the absolute monster from NXT, stands in the ring as entrant number 1. The anticipation is electric. Everyone knows who's coming out at number 2 because the pre-show already spoiled it. Bron Breakker, the leader of the Vision, the man destined to main event WrestleMania. Paul Heyman is at ringside, looking confident, maybe too confident. Breakker's music hits. He walks down the ramp with that intensity we've come to expect. This is it. This is his moment. But then, chaos. Pure, unfiltered chaos. Out of absolutely nowhere, a figure in a black hoodie leaps from the crowd. Security doesn't react. The cameras barely catch it in time. This person moves with purpose, with precision. They know exactly what they're doing. They hit Breakker from behind, sending him crashing into the steel steps. The sound of his body hitting that unforgiving metal reverberates through the arena. The hooded figure doesn't hesitate. They pull Breakker up, position him perfectly, and then stomp. A devastating curb stomp, right on the floor. The same move that Seth Rollins made famous. The same move that's been haunting CM Punk for months. The same move that ended Breakker's night before it even began. The mystery attacker rolls Breakker into the ring like a sack of potatoes and disappears back into the crowd. Who's just been standing there, watching this unfold, doesn't waste a second. He grabs the barely conscious Breakker and throws him over the top rope. Elimination. 10 seconds. That's all it took for the Vision's master clan to crumble into dust. Paul Heyman's face tells the whole story. Shock, anger, confusion. He didn't see this coming. Nobody did. The masked figure vanished into the Saudi Arabian crowd, leaving behind only questions and one very battered former Intercontinental Champion. The WWE Universe exploded on social media. Twitter was on fire. Reddit threads multiplied like crazy. Everyone had a theory. Everyone had a suspect. But here's where it gets really interesting, because this isn't the first time we've seen this exact scenario play out. Remember Survivor Series War Games? Of course you do. Another masked figure, another black hoodie, another perfectly timed attack. That time the target was CM Punk. The hooded person climbed over the cage, hit Punk with a super kick and a stomp, and allowed Bron Breakker to get the pin for the Vision's team. That mystery was eventually solved. It was Austin Theory, who officially joined the Vision on the December 29th episode of Raw. Theory, the former United States champion whose career had been floundering for years, found new purpose as the group's secret weapon, the Mole, the Inside Man, or so we thought. Because here's the thing, if Austin Theory was already revealed as the first masked attacker, why would WWE run the exact same angle again? That's what makes this situation so fascinating and so frustrating at the same time. Either this is incredibly lazy storytelling, which WWE has been guilty of before, or there's a much deeper game being played here, and I'm leaning heavily toward option 2. Let's break down the suspects, because this list is longer than the line at Auntie Anne's Pretzels at the arena. Suspect number 1. Austin Theory himself. Yes, he was already the masked man once, but hear me out. Theory has a history with Seth Rollins. They worked together during the pandemic era. Theory literally uses the stomp as his finishing move now. The build of the masked attacker at the Rumble matches Theory's frame perfectly. And here's the kicker. Theory has been suspiciously quiet since joining the Vision. He hasn't had the spotlight. He hasn't been front and center. What if he's still working for Seth Rollins? What if his entire membership in the Vision was a long con orchestrated by the man they kicked out of the group? Think about it. Seth Rollins, the visionary himself, was unceremoniously booted from his own faction after Crown Jewel 2025. Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed turned on him like rabid dogs. They didn't just beat him, they humiliated him. They stripped him of his leadership, his influence, his creation. You think a man like Seth Rollins just accepts that and walks away? No chance. Seth is calculated, Seth is patient, and Seth knows how to play the long game. What better revenge than infiltrating the group with someone who pretends to be loyal, only to sabotage their biggest moment when it matters most? The timeline fits perfectly. He helped the Vision win. He earned their trust. Logan Paul welcomed him. Bronson Reed embraced him. Even Bron Breakker, the suspicious one, seemed to accept him. And then, right when it matters most, right when the entire Vision strategy hinged on Breakker winning the Rumble, Theory strikes again. Not to help them this time, to destroy them from within. But wait, there's more to this story. Because, while Austin Theory makes logical sense, there's another name that keeps popping up in every conversation, every forum, every locker room whisper. Logan Paul. That's right, Logan Paul, the social media megastar turned legitimate WWE superstar, might be the one who betrayed Bron Breakker. And if you think that sounds crazy, let me lay out the evidence. During the Royal Rumble kickoff show, Michael Cole asked the Vision members point blank, would they sacrifice their own chance at winning to help Bron Breakker? It was Logan Paul who pitched this entire plan in the first place. He's the one who suggested they all work together to get Breakker the win. But when Cole asked the question, Logan's response was nothing. Silence. Not a word. Not a commitment. Not even a nod. Just an uncomfortable pause that spoke volumes. Bronson Reed jumped in immediately and said he'd sacrifice himself for Breakker. That's loyalty. That's brotherhood. But Logan Paul, the guy who supposedly came up with this whole strategy, he couldn't even answer the question. That's suspicious as hell. Here's what we know about Logan Paul. He's ambitious. He's strategic. He's in WWE for one reason, to be the top guy. And as long as Bron Breakker is being positioned as the next big thing, as the future WrestleMania main eventer, Logan's ceiling is limited. Paul Heyman has been very clear about his vision. Bron Breakker is the guy, not Logan, not Bronson, not Austin, Bron. So what does a guy like Logan Paul do when he realizes he's not going to be the chosen one? He creates his own opportunity. And what better way to do that than by eliminating the competition before the match even starts? Take out Breakker, let chaos reign in the Rumble, and position yourself as the next logical challenger. It's ruthless, it's calculated, and it's exactly the kind of move a Paul brother would make. But here's where things get even more interesting. There's a third possibility, one that's been gaining serious traction online, and it involves someone who's not even officially in WWE yet. Jake Paul. Jake Paul, Logan's brother, the boxer turned internet sensation who's been teasing a WWE debut for months. In interviews before the Rumble, Jake was asked directly about joining WWE. His response, quote, "Something big's coming. Not yes, not no, just cryptic enough to drive everyone insane with speculation." Fans have been analyzing the body type of the masked attacker, the build, the movements, the facial features that were barely visible under that hood. And multiple people on social media have pointed out the striking resemblance to Jake Paul. The stubble, the jawline, the frame, it all lines up. Plus, Jake has been open about wanting to be Logan's manager, his Paul Heyman, so to speak. What better way to make an impact, to immediately establish yourself as a player in WWE, than by taking out one of the company's rising stars on the second biggest show of the year? Jake Paul has serious heat in the combat sports world right now. His boxing career is controversial, polarizing, and absolutely perfect for WWE. He draws attention, he generates buzz, and Triple H loves nothing more than bringing in mainstream stars who can create mainstream moments. Having Jake Paul debut by costing Bron Breakker the Royal Rumble? That's a headline. That's a trending topic. That's exactly the kind of moment that gets WWE back into the cultural conversation. The connection makes sense too. Logan is in the vision. Logan pitched the plan to help Breakker. But what if Logan never intended to follow through? What if he brought in his brother as the ultimate insurance policy? Jake wears the hoodie. Jake delivers the stomp. Jake disappears into the crowd. Nobody knows it's him because nobody's expecting him to be there. And when he's eventually revealed, the vision fractures completely. Logan and Jake Paul versus Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. That's money. That's WrestleMania-level storytelling. There's one more suspect we need to talk about, and this one's a curveball. Seth Rollins himself. Now I know what you're thinking. Seth's been out with a shoulder injury. He couldn't physically be the one under the hood. But could he have been the one pulling the strings? Absolutely. Remember, the stomp was Seth's signature move. The hooded figure used it perfectly, with the exact form and precision that Seth made famous. That's not a coincidence. That's a calling card. What if Seth, unable to physically attack Breakker himself, enlisted someone to do it for him? Maybe. Jake Paul? Possibly. An entirely different person we haven't even considered. Can't rule it out. But the message is clear. Seth Rollins is still a factor in TH's story. The Vision might have kicked him out, but you don't just erase the visionary from his own creation. He's lurking. He's planning. And when he finally makes his move, it's going to be explosive. Look at the bigger picture here. Bron Breakker failed to beat CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship on the first Raw of 2026. That loss stung. That loss exposed cracks in the Vision's armor. And now, at the Rumble, Breakker suffered the most embarrassing elimination in Royal Rumble history. 10 seconds, one attack, complete and total humiliation. The man who was supposed to win the whole thing couldn't even survive the opening minute. Paul Heyman's reaction told the entire story. He was arguing with referees. He was shouting at ringside. He was obsessively blindsided by what just happened. Either Heyman genuinely had no idea this was coming, or he's the greatest actor in WWE history. My money's on the former. Heyman didn't know. The Vision didn't know, and now they're fractured, paranoid, and vulnerable. This is exactly what happens to factions that grow too large, too ambitious, too confident. The Shield fell apart. The bloodline imploded. Evolution crumbled. And now, the Vision is showing all the classic signs of internal collapse. Someone in that group is a traitor. Someone in that group put their own ambitions above the collective. And until that person is exposed, every member of the Vision is a suspect. The WWE Universe is demanding answers. Social media is ablaze with theories. Wrestling journalists are working their sources. And WWE? They're staying completely silent. No updates, no hints, no teases. Just that image of the hooded figure delivering the stomp, burned into our memories, replaying over and over again. Here's what we know for certain. The attack was calculated. The attacker knew exactly when Breakker would be vulnerable. They knew the entrance schedule. They had access to that section of the era, and they executed the plan flawlessly. This wasn't opportunistic. This was premeditated destruction. Elimination Chamber is coming up in a few weeks. That's the next major premium live event. That's when we're likely to get answers. WWE can't drag this out forever. The story demands resolution. Bron Breakker is furious. He's going to be looking for revenge. He's going to be investigating, questioning, doubting everyone around him. And when the truth finally comes out, when that mask is finally ripped off for good, the fallout is going to reshape the entire WWE landscape. My prediction? This is a layered conspiracy. I think Austin Theory is involved, but he's not working alone. I think Logan Paul knows more than he's letting on, even if he wasn't directly responsible. And I think Seth Rollins is orchestrating this entire thing from the shadows, pulling strings like the master manipulator he's always been. The Vision is eating itself from the inside out, and we're all watching it happen in real time. But here's the thing that makes this story so compelling. It could go anywhere. Theory could be innocent. Logan could be loyal. Jake Paul might never actually show up, or the truth could be something none of us saw coming. A complete outsider, a returning legend, someone from NXT looking to make an impact. The possibilities are endless, and that's what makes wrestling beautiful. What we witnessed at Royal Rumble 2026 wasn't just an attack. It was a statement. Someone declared war on Bron Breakker and the Vision. Someone said, "Your plans don't matter. Your strategy doesn't matter. I'm rewriting this story, and you're all just characters in my narrative. The black hoodie is more than just a disguise. It's a symbol of betrayal, of ambition, of the chaos that exists just beneath the surface of every alliance in professional wrestling. Trust is a luxury in WWE. Loyalty is a liability. And the Vision is learning that lesson the hardest way possible. So who attacked Bron Breakker? Right now we don't know for certain. But we're going to find out. And when we do, when that mask finally comes off and the truth is revealed, it's going to change everything. The Vision will never be the same. Bron Breakker will never be the same. And the road to WrestleMania Vegas is going to be paved with the broken bodies and shattered alliances of everyone involved in this conspiracy. To all the WrestleCore family watching this video, I need you to drop your theories in the comments right now. Who do you think attacked Bron Breakker? Austin Theory pulling a double cross? Logan Paul showing his true colors? Jake Paul making the biggest debut in years? Seth Rollins orchestrating it all? Or someone completely different? Let me know in the comments below, because this discussion is far from over. If this video gave you the breakdown you needed, if it opened your eyes to possibilities you hadn't considered, do me a favor and smash that like button. It helps the channel grow, and it lets me know you want more deep dive content like this. Share this video with your wrestling friends, because trust me, they're going to want to hear these theories. The wrestling world is watching. The mystery is unsolved, and WrestleCore is going to be here every step of the way, bringing you the analysis, the insights, and the truth behind the chaos. The Royal Rumble is over, but this story is just beginning, and brother, it's going to be one hell of a ride.